because before this video, honestly, I didn't know much about Rwanda at all. I heard about the movie Hotel Rwanda, and heard a little bit about the genocide, but not too much. But now, seeing this and having this be such a incredible story for the country to, bounce back from this tragic event and be able to create this beautiful land. It's inspiring. It's dope. It makes me want to come out and visit now. It's definitely been added to my travel list for sure. Just to experience it, like I look at this as like this is African luxury at its finest. Like if you want to experience Africa at a premium, Rwanda will probably be the country to go to. So we're gonna go to a new country today. We're gonna go to a new country. Listen, we've been to Kenya, we've been to South Africa, we've been to Nigeria, to Ghana, virtually. I've been to some in real life before too, but on the show. Anywhere. Yeah, we gotta get Carmen out to the continent, y'all. I've been to the continent 3 times, just to let you guys know. I've been to Kenya, been to Tanzania, been to Ghana. Looking for South Africa, Nigeria. Or I might spend the block back on Kenya or Ghana, as well too. But there are a lot of African countries that we want to look at, and we don't want to be biased. We don't want to just look at, just one or the other. We're talking about the whole. With our show, we're going to do the whole African continent, the whole diaspora. We want to see all of our options. Some might be better for some than others, so we want to give every country a full chance. And by the way, I'm gonna introduce you guys to our AI. I do want to ask her this question. Because you asked this too for the last episode, like what countries in Africa offer the dual citizenship for African Americans. So let's ask our AI this question real quick. Hey, FYI, this is Imani and Carmen again from the Top Hill Show. We're live right now. We have a question for you, really, really quick. Can you let us know what countries in Africa offer dual citizenship for Africans in the diaspora? And if it helps you, like if you could specify maybe African Americans going to Africa, can you just let us know which countries?
Absolutely. Amani and Carmen, let's dive into that. Several African countries offer dual citizenship, accommodating Africans in the diaspora, including African Americans. Here are some prominent ones. 1. Ghana. Ghana is well known for its Year of Return campaign and welcomes African Americans and others in the diaspora to gain citizenship while retaining their original nationality. 2. Nigeria. Nigeria allows dual citizenship for Nigerians by birth and acceptance for Africans in the diaspora who can prove their heritage. 3. South Africa. South Africa permits dual citizenship, subject to certain conditions. 4. Kenya. Kenya allows dual citizenship, provided one informs the government and does not engage in politics or military service of another country. 5. Senegal. Senegal has been proactive in offering dual citizenship to diaspora Africans, particularly those who can trace their roots back to Senegal. 6. Ethiopia. Ethiopia allows Ethiopian origin ID cards, which grant rights and privileges similar to citizens, enabling dual nationality for the diaspora. 7. Sierra Leone. Sierra Leone also offers dual citizenship to members of the African diaspora who can prove their ancestry. These countries acknowledge the significant contributions of the diaspora and often have pathways to citizenship specifically designed for African descendants abroad. If you need more detailed country-specific information or anything else, just let me know. Back to the show.
Hey, FYI, just to check, is Tanzania or Namibia one of the countries that offer dual citizenship for Africans in the diaspora?
Currently, Tanzania and Namibia do not offer dual citizenship for their citizens, including the diaspora. Tanzanian law does not recognize dual citizenship. Tanzanians who acquire another nationality automatically lose their Tanzanian citizenship. Namibia also does not allow dual citizenship, with few exceptions. Namibian law requires those who acquire another citizenship to renounce their Namibian citizenship. Therefore, while many African nations are opening up to dual citizenship options to engage the diaspora, Tanzania and Namibia have not adopted these measures yet. Hope that clears things up. Let me know if there's anything else you need.
Appreciate it. All right, so see that's good because so like even people in the comments they wanted to know like other countries as well too. So yeah, that's very helpful because I thought that Tanzania was one and I thought Namibia was one, but just to go back, so she said that we have Ghana, Nigeria, South Africa, Kenya, Senegal, Ethiopia, and Sierra Leone. So there's currently 7 countries right now that offer dual citizenship in their country. So out of these 7, I do know I know Ghana's like really big on it as well too. So but yeah. So we're going to be exploring. Wait a minute. I have one more question to ask her. Because we're about to get into Rwanda tonight. I want to check on Rwanda. Hey, FYI, just another quick question. Does Rwanda offer dual citizenship for Africans in the diaspora?
Rwanda does indeed offer dual citizenship.
Okay.
The Rwandan government is supportive of the diaspora and has put in place laws that allow Rwandans to retain their citizenship, even if they acquire another nationality. This applies to both native-born Rwandans and members of the African diaspora who can trace their heritage back to Rwanda. So yes, Africans in the diaspora, including African Americans, can hold dual citizenship with Rwanda. If you need more detailed info or have any other questions, feel free to ask.
We can't do that.
Hey,
American niggas,
bruh. Well, you talk about like tracing it back to see. There is ways to do it. Like it really depends. Well, actually, let's just ask her. Hey, FYI, can you tell us really quickly what are some ways that an African American can prove their heritage in an African country to obtain dual citizenship? And please make it really, really brief because we're on the show right now. We're live. So if you could let me know in like one paragraph.
Absolutely. African Americans can prove their heritage in African countries, primarily through documented lineage, such as birth records, family histories, or ancestral ties. Additionally, DNA testing through reputable services like AfricanAncestry.com or 23andMe can provide genetic proof linking them to specific African regions or ethnic groups. Participation in government programs like Ghana's Year of Return also can facilitate this process. Back to you, Imani and Carmen.
That's what I thought. They said if you're black, you're welcome. That's why I was just gonna come to.
Yeah, and to be honest, like this is just the official stuff. But I get it. Like when you go to Africa, like even when you go to Africa, like the governments in Africa stuff like that, they still look at us like, bro, yeah, like it's not
Good, bro.
Yeah, it's this is when black privilege really actually comes into effect. You know what I mean? Like
Look at my 4C hair.
it's kind of like it's the opposite, like what happened in America, like how they treated other nationalities, stuff like that. They like, yeah, come on in, you good. We'll give you a land grant to go build a potato farm in Ohio. We good. You know what I mean? So like it's just the opposite. So but it's really good to know. So we're about to dig into Rwanda today. So Rwanda does offer dual citizenship to African Americans. That's dope. Shout out to our comments. They say, yeah, if you look black, you're welcome, bro. Yeah, that's facts. And they said Kenya does not require heritage proof. Okay, dope. So he said it's only 5 countries. No, so it looks like it's 8 countries. It might be more because she listed 7, but she also said that Rwanda was one. So that's 8 so far. So there are 54 countries in Africa. There's a lot, but not all of them are open to dual citizenship right now. If you guys want to know like any specific countries that I can ask her, I'll go ahead and do that. I saw Tanzania and Namibia in the chat, so that's why I asked her those extra ones as well too. All right. Let's get into this video though. Shout out to Jabril and the whole entire Passport Heavy team. We looked at their Ghanaian video the other day, and they did a video in Rwanda as well too. Rwanda is a landlocked country in Africa, also known as the safest country in Africa and the cleanest country in Africa. It's like a smaller nation, but Rwanda has a very interesting history as well too. Like there's a popular movie called Hotel Rwanda by Don Cheadle. They went through some stuff, but they went from a really horrific history to now being one of the safest countries in the world, not just in Africa, but actually in the world. So Passport Heavy did a really good job of talking about this country. I enjoyed it. I love their channel. I'm gonna keep watching their videos and stuff like that. And I believe, Carmen, this is probably your first time seeing this as well too, right?
This particular video?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, all right. So we're going to give our reaction to this. We're going to dive into Rwanda. If any Rwandans in the chat, shout out to y'all. What's good? What's popping? And yeah, man, let's go ahead and dive right into it. If you guys are new here, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. We greatly, greatly appreciate it. And let's get to it.
Woo! Rwanda, I had no idea how amazing the people are in your country, and specifically Kigali. I had no idea about the food, the culture, your amazing structure, your infrastructure, the reason why the BAL said we want to have all
J. Cole.
J. Cole?
Here in Kigali. And I'm going to take you on.
Fun fact, J. Cole did play in Rwanda's basketball. Well, they had an African basketball league, and J. Cole played on the Rwandan team. Back then, he
was doing side quests.
Yes, that's what everybody was looking for. Yeah, because J. Cole had dreams of like being in the NBA and stuff like that. So he's gonna play in the league out there, and he really did help bring a lot of attention to the African NBA. I apologize if I'm saying it wrong. I forgot the name of the league, but it is like created by
NBA.
It is created by the NBA. They're expanding to other countries. They so they have one in Rwanda. I believe they have one in Ghana. So they have like different countries, kind of like how soccer, like they have different countries play against each other. They're trying to do that now. Yeah, they making money. And yeah, J. Cole played for Rwanda, man. So yeah, man was definitely doing side quests.
Out of this episode and show you Kigali in probably a way that you've never seen. Let's get it. Come ride with the boy.
Hey, remix.
Welcome to Rwanda. Rwanda exceeded every expectation that I had, and it shows you when you have the right leadership in 20 years, what's truly possible, especially when you have the discipline and the vision that Rwanda has. So this episode is about the amazing city of Kigali, the main place that people fly into when they visit Rwanda. And so part two, we discover and explore a lot of the nature that Rwanda has. From the amazing mountains where we got to see the silverback gorillas. What an unbelievable experience. When we were doing some of the national parks where we saw leopard. Well, I'm not going to spoil all the surprises. Just make sure that you subscribe so you don't miss that in the next episode. So let's talk about getting to Rwanda. So we had a connecting flight. That was on Qatar Airways. A little bit more on that later, but now let's enjoy my flight on Rwanda Air. Which is an amazing airline as well. And they actually just opened up a new route from Doha to Qatar. So you actually have more options now. And they're opening up more flights to all around the world. And one of the things I really appreciated about Rwanda Air is they play to world standards. They did not just say we're going to be the best African airline. They're like, we are playing for world standards, and they actually hit the mark. Just landed in Rwanda. It feels so good to be back on the continent. Oh, the weather is amazing right now. It feels good. I want to break down some of the amazing facts I had no idea about. They have some of the most reliable and consistent internet on the phone available. The fastest I've used anywhere. So most people think Africa.
That's another thing too. Like, we don't realize, like, we be spent, especially in America, y'all, we spend so much money on internet and stuff like that, and they literally tether our speed. Like, they purposely slow our speed down to like move it to other people in other places or just to save money or whatever. When you go to other countries, like, I remember when I was in Kenya and other places, like you would think that these places have worse internet service than we do, but they actually have better service than we do because they don't tether their internet the way that they do America does ours. Like it's crazy. Like you would think this is supposed to be the greatest country in the world. Our internet should be amazing, but no, they do not want us searching certain information. They don't want us to come back home. So yeah, that's actually very, very impressive. And another thing too about the airline, he mentioned he went through Rwanda Air. I flew through Ethiopian Air, Ethiopian Air, and Qatar Airways. Qatar is like normally ranked like the number one airway and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. It was cool, but I actually enjoyed my flight on Ethiopian Airways a lot better. Comfortable seats, great food, great entertainment. Like I felt very comfortable, and I flew from DC straight to Ethiopia, and I had a 2-hour. I had a connecting flight to fly me from Ethiopia to. I was going to Tanzania at the time, but that flight was extremely comfortable. That one trip from DC to Ethiopia is about 13, 14 hours on the plane at one time. Yeah. So I was nervous because that was the longest that I was ever going to be on a plane.
I thought it would be
on
longer.
one ride. No, it's not that. It wasn't that bad, but it really made me feel comfortable. You know what I mean? It's spacious, roomy, comfortable. So like, yeah, and so I see Rwanda looks really dope as well too. So shout out to them. So yeah, just want to mention that.
Yeah. They food look good too.
Yeah.
That is not the case. This reminded me of Medellin, where it was a city of eternal spring. It was the kind of weather where you actually don't have to think about it. It's just perfect. It's also rated one of the cleanest countries, not just in Africa, but in the world.
Yeah. They don't want to tell us this.
Accommodations are a major part of anyone's trip, and I want to give you game if you're spending $50 a night in Kigali, or you might be spending $200 a night, or you might be that big boss and you're spending $2,000 a night. I'm gonna show you how you can get down with whatever budget that you have. The Serena brand of hotels have so many hotels all over Africa. This was actually the first 5-star property in Kigali, and you have everything from a regular room all the way up to a presidential. They have the Turkish spa, and so many other things that you can go and enjoy. They do these Sunday brunches that are a complete vibe. So if you want to eat true African food option, this is one of the best places that you can stay and dine at. And they're in the best and most luxurious and secure area of Kigali. It's also where I conducted interviews with some of the most respected thought leaders within the country, like Joseph Boroni. He has one of the biggest tour companies in Rwanda. Also, an amazing hotel that you're going to see in our next episode when we go outside of the city. Truly remarkable. Also, Yvonne Makalo, who is CEO of Rwanda Air. Another really inspiring thing is literally 56%
Shout out to her.
CEO positions are
Shout out
women.
to all the black women that are like running these bomb businesses.
Absolutely. CEOs, like big business. Round of applause. Skim by that. Like, so he said, fun fact here, he said 56% of CEOs are women in Rwanda. That's fire. Shout out to them.
Period.
In Rwanda.
I think Rwanda is the best place to be a woman, actually. Our president is the chief feminist.
Noted.
She really puts women forward, but demands results as well. So you have a lot of, that's why Rwanda has the highest representation.
And you said dual citizenship.
Cabinet is over 50% women. And you see that even in private sector, a lot of the CEOs of the big banks, etc., are women. So it's really an exciting country to be a woman.
Now you might want to try a Western brand, right? A 2-minute walk away from there is the Marriott. And it's clean, it's modern. You know, it's not a mind-blowing hotel, but it's a super solid hotel. And I will say that there is room for
small shade, little bit of shade.
People would pay. Some of the teams stayed at the Rose Guard Apartments for a few nights, and that was $150 a night, like I said, for a 3-bedroom. It was clean, a nice building, in a very secure neighborhood. And if you want to stay long-term, here are the few of the options that you have. So you're about to see what $3,000 a month gets you in Kigali. So it's a 2-bedroom apartment. It's a serviced apartment, and so that means they clean daily, take care of everything. You got internet included. Basically,
slow down, sir. Modern service 2-bedroom apartment starts from $3,000 USD a month. So basically, Rwanda ain't cheap.
I was gonna say, so living in DC basically.
Yeah, this is equivalent to living in the city for sure. Yeah,
A 2-bedroom apartment in DC.
yeah. So not everywhere in Africa. Like some people think, like, oh, just go to Africa, everything's cheap. No, Rwanda is very, very luxury. You know what I mean? So.
Everything that you need to do is there, furniture, all that good stuff. And then here's another option if you're looking to stay long term and you want more space.
The asking rental now on this property is $5,000 a month. With furnished, sell price $500K upwards, about 900 square meters. It's upscale.
And so when I talk about transportation, you can get like a really nice SUV or this kind of conversion van with a driver for the day for anywhere from about $150 to $200, give or take. And then also, if you want to use the app, where it's just a couple dollars if you're taking like a 10-minute ride, kind of like an Uber app, download it, and then they pick you up. At the time of using it, it was all right. I'm not gonna lie to you and say it was the best thing and it was as reliable as Uber, but it was the best thing available at that time. And then at the time of release, if there's something better, I'll make sure to list that as well.
Okay, it was all right.
So there's always two sides to the story. Someone can see the exact same thing and have a different story. But then there's a lot of times when people picture Africa, they have a one-sided narrative that Western media often shows. And so in this mini documentary today, I want to show you the other side of Africa, specifically Kigali, Rwanda. For example, when you're walking into a steakhouse here, and you might walk up and they show you the board and you see the different kind of cuts. Like, oh, do you want the filet mignon, right? And there's a lot of people, even in the West, that have never had that type of experience. Or walking into another restaurant, and you walk in and then you see the chef has literally left the Ritz-Carlton in Philadelphia to have this amazing opportunity in Kigali. And then as I'm literally walking out, I see West Eden leaving, and he's not there to do a safari, he's there to tackle business. And if you don't know who West Eden is, look up the Milwaukee Bucks. It's one of those places where you don't have to jump through hoops, you're trying to pay off people to do this. No, it's just a structured place to do business.
Rwanda is the second easiest place to do business in Africa, right after Mauritius. Rwanda is the 38th easiest place to do business in the world. So we rank among the top 40 easiest places to do business in the world. It hasn't always been like that. It's been a result of a lot of efforts from the government and the private sector to reform how business is doing and to continuously make it easy and easier to do business. In fact, every year, as part of my performance contract, and I have to sign a performance contract with the president of the country every year. All ministers do that, heads of institutions do that, mayors do that. We have to sign a performance contract, and every year I have to show how the organization that I lead is going to be facilitating businesses to do better, even more.
So this trip was a dream come true. And I was invited by the NBA to be a part of the inaugural BAL launch. And that stands for Basketball Africa League. And this event, the spectacle, whatever you want to call it, was so much greater than I
got 12 countries.
Imagine. And I remember when Manuel was like, so he is the VP of the BAL, said, yo, brother, this is so much bigger than basketball. This is truly a league about Africa. We're not here to take away.
All right, I'm kind of curious right now. This video came out 2 years ago. I want to see. They said there's 12 countries that's participating in right now. I don't know how many is in it now in 2024. Hey, FYI, we're looking at a video giving us all the information on Rwanda right now. They're talking about their new league, BAL, the Basketball African League. Can you let us know how many countries are involved in the BAL league? All right. So she said, as of now, the Basketball Africa League features teams from 12 different countries. So it's still 12. I just wanted to double check to see if it's grown anymore or not. Hey, FYI, which countries are involved in the BAL League? Just lift off the country's name. We don't need the explanation on the countries.
Got it. Here are the countries involved in the BAL. 1. Angola. 2. Algeria. 3. Cameroon. 4. Egypt. 5. Madagascar. 6. Mali. 7. Morocco. 8. Mozambique. 9. Nigeria. 10. Rwanda. 11. Senegal. 12. Tunisia.
Oh, cool. Thank you. All right, cool. Back to the show.
Here to add. So we're pulling up to the arena. You can feel the energy. People walking in. So it's the River Hoopers versus the Patriots today. The inaugural game. The BAL does everything world class, like A1. And there was no doubt the reason that they picked Rwanda to launch their $1 billion league. And the stadium is easily one of the best stadiums I've ever been to. I was sharing a suite with my man from Tanzania, Omi Dimpos, and my other guy from Naja, Basket Mouth, for one game. And it was a really emotional time, right? Because So many people have been fighting for years for this league to become a reality with basketball without borders, right? And then you got Amadou, you got Manuel, you got Luol, Pops, Benny, Masai, Matumbo. For me, I really just came into the last 3 or 4 years. I've been on this for over a decade. As many of you know, I'm a big Cole fan. I've been a Cole since he had like 5,000 followers on Twitter. And so, he was playing in the league, and that brought a lot of light to the league as well.
Cole out. Never mind. I'm not. Shout out to Cole, number 3 forever. All right, let's go.
One thing about I can show you.
I'm not Keep the passport heavy jersey.
Yeah, that's so hard.
One of the most beautiful things about Rwanda and the people was their willingness to show me their country. Like, no, I have to take you around.
Hi guys, this is Nicole. Today I'm rolling with Jabril and the entire Passport Heavy team, and I'm going to show them all of the hotspots of Kigali that they don't know yet.
And so for Nicole, she's like, you cannot say that you came to Rwanda without eating at a local spot. And so she took us to one of her favorite spots. And I loved it because there's nothing better than feeling the culture.
This is going to be interesting
all the
right
glitz
here.
and the glamour all the time. And I knew Nicole was a real one, and I could get down with her when she ate with her hands. And then, next thing, Ant's really enjoying himself. And he's like, man, this is the best beer I've ever had.
This beer, I should call it liquid gold, because it basically is liquid gold. It's called Virunga Gold. It might be the most incredible beer I've had. Like, I'm a British man, I love my beer. I tried this, and it's different. I love this beer.
And one thing I told her is I must get some clothing from Rwanda. She took me to the House of Tayo, where I met this amazing brother, Matthew.
Fashion for me is a big form of self-expression, and I think it's the same for many people here based in Kigali. The fashion scene is one that is growing, and I'm happy to be a part of this birth of fashion as an industry. It's a very exciting time for creatives, both in fashion and creatives as a whole in the city.
So one of the beautiful things about getting a bespoke suit, any custom work, is you get to have it exactly how you want it. So right now I came back for my fitting, and so I wanted to have it, a little bit tighter. So it just basically has that royal, pristine fit. And so in the US, when you start getting custom suits, you start at like $2. Here, let's just say your money goes a little bit further, but I would say I'm more inspired to wear this than anything. It's like, for me, it feels like I get to take art away back home when I get custom pieces. And then she also brought us to Thousand Hill Distillery. And the crazy thing is I actually bought 4 bottles at the National Park before I even knew who they were. I just loved the design, and I was like, I love that it was built in Rwanda, so I was like, I wanted to support the local economy. And it was an honor to actually go meet the owners, and they have a beautiful place up in the hills about 30 minutes away from Kigali. And you can have lunch there, you can have
Sponsor us.
You can have some coffee with a view. It's easily worth the trip. And then she also took me to another amazing art gallery. So Neo Art Center was a whole experience as well. Man, this brother I still talk to today. We always chop it up on Instagram.
That's nice.
And his energy was so infectious. And when I started to learn more about what he was up to, I realized about 40% of his art sales go to his foundation with helping the kids in the neighborhood and so many other things. I'll drop a link below if you want to find out more about it. And another crazy thing, like I said,
you get that outfit from Kayo? Because that joint hard.
Yeah, it's on fire, man. One thing I like with Rwanda, at least where he's showing us, like, typically when you travel, you start to notice that you see a lot of the same kind of art everywhere. I travel a lot, so I noticed when I was in Colombia in South America, and then I go to a place like Kenya, I'm like, this is the same art piece that I've seen in this other country. But if you're not well traveled, you realize like these are just like repeat designs. Like you have to go to certain places if you want really like a one-on-one, like a real artist painting their own different thing and stuff like that. But you can tell every piece in here is a one-on-one. Like this is not, you know what I mean? So this is dope. This is dope.
Was in town, and rumor has it he picked up an art piece from here, a couple.
Wait, who did you say picked it up again?
And rumor has it he picked up a below if you want to find out more about it. And another crazy thing, like I said, Cole was in town, and rumor has it he picked up an art piece from here, a couple. So one of my favorite experiences while in Kigali was eating. And I said that word experiences for a reason, because they were that and more. One of the spots, I could definitely feel like I could walk in and see Rihanna. The other spot, I could definitely see Hov and Beyonce sipping a glass of champagne.
What does
and
that
I want y'all to
mean?
guess in the comments which is which. So Inca Steakhouse, the
Well, actually, Jay-Z does have heritage in Rwanda. So it is that Jay-Z does go to Rwanda. So I don't know why. Maybe that's why he mentioned it. But
no, he said I felt like one spot I could see Rihanna, or one spot I could see What does that mean?
It means, honestly, I would think that they would fancy the same places. They're both billionaires, so I don't know. I don't know what that means.
I was just curious. Anybody in the comments got an idea?
No, none.
One steakhouse in Rwanda where you drive up in the hills. The entrance sets the mood, and you can tell they care just as much about the food as they do as the aura that they've created. And the beautiful thing about this spot is you could drink a beer or you could pop a dollar bomb and nobody would blink an eye. Both fit
that
the
food
setting.
crazy good.
Which is
My
incredible.
God.
You don't know me, you know I like old fashioned and lamb shanks. And you'll never be surprised with anyone that you see there. And I can't say enough about the amazing owner.
Mr. Easy, okay.
And the prices at Inca Steakhouse are incredible. I actually thought it was going to be
Mr. Easy. He's a real big Afrobeat artist, or DJ. But yeah, super dope. Shout out to Mr. Easy, man.
The amazing owner Nicole, and the prices at Inca Steakhouse are incredible. I actually thought it was going to be more expensive, and then you can go there for the lunch vibe where it's a little bit more relaxed, or at dinner time, you go there grown and sexy, and it's a whole mood. And then there's Choose Kigali. As soon as you walk through the doors, you literally walk into a art gallery.
What the heck?
I'm like, what the hell is
now I really don't know what he meant. Like who would you see where?
Right. Come to buy art in Rwanda.
I feel like I would see Rihanna there, but
yeah. I would just say, you know what your budget does, because those art pieces, I mean, they start in the 5 figures. Then when you finally reach,
I think he's saying like you would see them there, like literally would see them there.
No, but he said I would see one in one place and one in the other.
I don't know.
I mean, either way, both places look really nice. I was just like,
yeah.
What do you mean by that?
Yeah. I don't know.
That you realize how intimate it is. And I decided to host actually a couple dinners there, and it's really the details.
Maybe Beyonce comes off more like a
Billy
foodie.
that is creating these amazing dishes, which he actually switches up every single day. And so not only do they look like art, but they taste exquisite as well. I also got to talk about the genius behind this whole project, Emmanuel and his brothers. He is an artist in every sense of the word.
Choose Kigali is about experientials, it's about art, it's about the moving future for Rwanda, basically.
And a lot of times when people are dining here, they rent out the whole place because it's intimate. I know the NBA has rented out a few times. Pretty much diplomatic people, presidents, rich families, or people have brunches there, and a few nights a week that you'll open it up for the general public where you can have a reservation. I won't even lie though.
Oh, it's chocolate.
Of the 3 times I went there, I didn't have a bill less than 4 figures. Granted, I was paying for a few people while I was there. And that's another thing. People always think that I get everything for free. No, I was paying for these meals. We ate at so many different spots, low end and high end. But I've been talking for a while.
He said, in case the IRS is watching,
no, I paid.
I got the receipts.
You vibe out and show them some of these places that we ate at.
Oh my God! No! One more time for that mac and cheese. Well, I thought it looked like mac and cheese.
That ain't damn sure ain't no mac and cheese.
Yo, my
I was trying to figure out what the hell you was talking about.
That looked like mac and cheese and yams for a minute. I was
Those is capers.
Yeah, look good.
Plantains.
Oh my God! I know that steak is fire.
This is what you call fine dining. I mean, look at it. It just looks expensive.
Rose is clean, man. Archery.
One of my favorite things I did was when we went up to visit in the hills at Fazenda. It was beautiful. They had this place that just seemed majestic. And you can enjoy fresh juice, wine with a view.
This is how you know the country got money, when they got shit like this.
Horse riding, which is so nice. And you can tell that they were well taken care of. But my favorite thing was the ATVs because we really got to explore the local neighborhoods. There's a sense of pride that I could see in like every Rwandan that I've met.
One of the best government leadership that I've experienced anywhere I've been. So I would give them, full credit for making the country work, for making the country so safe for the population of Rwanda, for people who live here, and for the visitors.
For me, it was...
So it says Rwanda has one of the highest rate of Ivy League students that return after graduation. So typically, and this is very common, when Africans on the continent come to Ivy League schools in America or in the UK, they go there, they make their money, they go right back home. Mm-hmm. And they said Rwanda is no different. So
I moved back home so many times and kept leaving. I hadn't found my space. So I first came back because I was a lawyer. So I first came back and worked in the justice system for a while. And then moved away again, but came back to West Africa. So when we were here, in 2010, we started talking about how we didn't see a lot of quality content in the country, visually and even written quality content. And we just joined the East African community, so we were like, listen, we have Kenya and Uganda here now, we need to step up our game. The conclusion was we wanted to create an entity, we didn't know what it was, but that changed what the world sees when they Google Rwanda. Because like you said, at the time in Google Images, it was just guerrillas and genocide. And there's so many other stories. But it was literally the whole first, second, third page was just that. The viewpoint was always a foreign viewpoint. Foreign journalists, foreign photojournalists, never looking for the good story. Because
all right, so I'm curious to know, because they say like Rwanda is like a huge success story from what it was originally known as. So I want to know more about the genocide that happened in Rwanda. So I'm gonna ask the AI real quick. Hey, FYI, can you give us a brief summary on what happened in Rwanda, the Rwanda genocide? Can you tell us a little bit about that in about 2 paragraphs? What happened with the Rwanda genocide?
Certainly. The Rwandan genocide occurred over a 100-day period from April to July 1994, leading to the horrific mass slaughter of approximately 800,000 people, primarily Tutsis, by extremist Hutu militias, triggered by the assassination of President Juvenal Habyarimana, whose plane was shot down on April 6, 1994. The violence rapidly escalated. The genocide was planned by political elites who sought to eliminate the Tutsi minority and any moderate Hutus who opposed their extreme ideology. The international community largely failed to intervene, despite numerous warnings and the obvious scale of the atrocities. The aftermath left Rwanda devastated, with millions displaced and the social fabric of the country torn apart. The Rwandan Patriotic Front, RPF, a Tutsi-led rebel group, ultimately ended the genocide by defeating the Hutu forces in July 1994. Post-genocide, Rwanda has made significant strides in recovery and reconciliation, focusing on justice and unity to rebuild the nation. The genocide underscores the consequences of ethnic hatred and the critical need for vigilant international human rights protections. Back to you, Imani and Carmen. Hope this helps.
Can you also tell us real quickly, in 1 paragraph or shorter, how was Rwanda able to become the cleanest, the safest country in Africa after this horrific event? Like, what was it exactly about Rwanda that they were able to make a difference and change?
Rwanda's remarkable transformation into one of Africa's cleanest and safest countries was driven by strong leadership under President Paul Kagame, who emphasized national unity, strict anti-corruption measures, and effective governance. The government implemented innovative policies like Umuganda, community cleanup days, stringent environmental laws, and national reconciliation programs. By promoting sustainable development and enforcing strict law and order, Rwanda successfully rebuilt its social and economic fabric post-genocide. Back to you, Imani and Carmen.
Wow.
You need to do some of that.
Man, that is an example of just what good leadership can do. You know what I mean? From a country that witnessed 800,000 people just gone, the amount of trauma and just devastation that the surviving people had to deal with, for them to make this change is incredible. So, yeah, good leadership is so important in countries. So, shout out to Rwanda, man, for just creating such a beautiful, amazing country. So, all right, let's get back to the video.
Story themselves is the sad stories and the tragedy. So there was so much that kind of compelled us, but we didn't know what to turn that into. But that's what made me want to stay. Because I said, okay, now I see what I'm supposed to do here. I'm supposed to tell these stories, or at least create a team that can tell these stories, or something like that.
Sagara, King Sagara, King Sagara. That's where we are right now. We're about to do a mural. Big part of Rwandan culture is milk. Many places around the world make milk and tea, but here they literally got more milk bars than actual bars. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but it's reality.
Kigali is necessary to learn about how cows and milk are very important in Rwandan culture. In Rwandan culture, milk is considered as a very important drink.
This is very interesting. So milk is like a delicacy out there. So they be drinking cow milk as a sign of prosperity and wealth out there. Yo, this is so funny to me because I thought I'm thinking that most black people around the world, we're just lactose intolerant. Like as a whole, as a community, I just thought that's just one thing that we all got. We lactose intolerant.
No, maybe they milk different.
Yeah, Rwanda built different. But
no, I'm saying maybe they milk different.
Oh yeah, maybe the milk is different. I'm pretty sure it's probably different because
just got them big old sows. Ain't got them big American sows like we do.
Everything grass fed.
I was about to say our milk bleach. We be drinking. They be drinking pus milk.
Yeah, America definitely got pus milk, and they got the.
When I say they, I'm not talking about the Rwandians. I'm talking about the Americans.
Yeah.
It's bleached pus.
But, bleached pus is crazy. Oh my god, bleached pus is crazy.
Sorry about whoever cereal I just ruined, but that's what it is.
I gave up on milk, man. I saw that documentary, What the Health, and I couldn't.
I didn't have to.
So what was it for you? Was you just notice what made you want to stop drinking milk?
Honestly, if you just listen to your body, it'll tell you.
That's facts. Yeah, that's facts. We definitely gotta listen to our body more. I know I do. I just started doing.
I drink a gallon of milk twice, 3 times weekly. You're disgusting. But your bones are probably made of steel.
That bullshit they sold us like milk builds strong bones. That's a BS. But yeah, and I even just found out too. This is what America does too.
I don't even like ice cream.
Oh really? No, I love ice cream. I do love ice cream.
I've always I like sherbet. I've always been a sherbet girl.
I like ice cream and cookies. Like all the other desserts,
I don't
I'm good.
like cookies either.
For real? Do you like cakes and pies and stuff?
Nah.
I don't like cakes or pies. I'm only ice cream and cookies is like my.
You know what I do like? I like cheesecake.
Cheesecake, okay, all right.
Mm-hmm.
Cheesecake Factory. Yo, you get you the they had like I cookie dough everything. Cookie dough is my favorite flavor. So
I think I just like key lime pie.
I
keep it really short with my dessert.
Yeah. I feel you. But this is what America does too. Like, so even though they get hip to people realizing like, oh, milk is bad, so let's give them the alternative, the almond milk, right? So almond milk is like such a big thing. So I found out that almond milk is actually horrible for you too. What are you talking about? You look at it here. Bleach reusable. It's crazy. What is Lovecraft is crazy in the comments, man. You is wild. You a wild boy, bruh. You a wild boy.
Super. I don't know what you're getting at.
Let it pass. But what America does, so they give us almond milk, but when you look at the ingredients of the almond milk here, it's fucking trash. Like, it's not actually, she's so caught up in the comments. You good?
Yeah.
Go ahead, Carmen. But yeah, you notice like even the almond milk is trash here too?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the almond milk is fucked up.
I don't even fuck around with milk, period.
Yeah. Like, I feel
my bones break pretty easily. I am not gonna lie, but
yeah. But like the real almond milk, the stuff that's just like almond and water or whatever, like real almond milk is, it costs like $5. Like Malk milk is like so expensive, but it's so little. You know what I mean? But yeah. Anyway,
I make my own milk.
That's
I'm a lady.
I'm gonna be honest, and honestly. That's the other thing too. Like milk is only designed to like grow the adolescents, like the infants and stuff like that. Like even mammals, like when you look at dogs, they give their milk to their young so they can help grow up and build. But like after they become an adult, they don't drink milk no more.
Who was the fucking guy to be like, put that on some wheat and sugar?
Oh
like,
my God. Yeah, man.
Put that on some cereal. That tastes pretty good.
Fact.
Matter of fact, churn that up and make it into a dessert.
Right. Yeah, coconut water and coconut milk is very good. Absolutely. Like now,
yeah, I like that.
Yeah,
I drink that. That's the only milk I fuck around with.
Because it's not actually even real milk. It's just literally just blended up coconut meat, and they call it coconut milk. But I love coconut water. I drink coconuts whenever I go out the country.
To even call it coconut meat, it's crazy.
Yeah, it's wild. But I would have given it a different name. But
that sounds crazy too.
All right. Let's get back into it. Let's get back to this milk.
Our milk don't even look like that. That milk look all healthy and rich.
Right.
Look at him. Look at
You know your boy got to stay fresh every city he goes. About to get my haircut. So
you see he ain't fucking around with the milk.
Nah. My haircut is only $2 for hair and beard. Where the value at? And it's dope.
$2?
Like my boy.
Repeat that.
He ain't say 2.
Repeat that.
I don't even trust that.
Ain't
I'd
no
give
way.
you 10 just because.
Ain't no way.
You know your boy got to stay fresh every city he goes. About to get my haircut. So I've had a haircut twice while I've been here. And haircut is only $2 for hair and beard.
$2 for hair and beard is insane. Insane. I'm at it. You know how much money I would say? I spend $50 for my freaking haircut every 2 weeks. $50. And you saying it's $2 is insane, bro.
$50.
$50, man.
What the value?
Shout out to my brother Jordy Cuts.
Oh, you gotta go see like my boy.
Man, that shit's sharp.
There's so many more amazing facts. Let me just leave you with this next one. Is the new airport that is coming to town. It's a $1.5 billion airport.
Oh, wow.
And the country is super excited about it. Not just the country, but so many nations around the world, because this is likely going to be the new hub of East Africa. So I'm currently living in Bali, Indonesia. Highly recommend it as well. I love
everybody
it.
moving to Bali.
Going to Rwanda.
What you been doing?
Was to
Bali. No extradite. It's definitely a country that has no extradition. But also, what I hear with Bali is that they have really good internet. It's very affordable.
Okay.
So like a lot of people who work remotely would leave and live in Bali because it's cheap, peaceful, and stuff like that. A great place to work remotely. So yeah, I know some people that live in Bali.
Interesting.
I don't think they committed any crimes, but I didn't ask no questions.
Thank you for the disclaimer. They're good names.
All right, so shout out to them, man.
Stopped in Dubai, flowing on Qatar Airways, and then taking a direct flight from Dubai to Kigali, Rwanda. So that's exactly what we did. So Qatar Airways arguably has the best business class in the entire world, better than a lot of first class experiences that I've had. Probably the best flying experience of my life, because I got to fly with my entire squad, and I saw how their eyes open when flying business class. Because once you start flying business, there's no way that you want to go to the back of the plane. And I don't say that in an egotistical way. It's just that your mind starts expanding. What do I got to do to keep experiencing these type of things? And so when you get on, it's the service, right? When you're checking in, everyone is so friendly. The lines are short, so you don't have to get to the airport, the recommended 2 hours before. And then when you're passing and you're waiting for your flight, you get to wait in these lounges that seem something out of a movie. They literally have lamb shank behind. You can get massages, all different types of things before you're waiting for your flight. So now let's talk about when you actually...
Yeah, that's the thing when it comes to first class. And then the other part he didn't mention too is the networking opportunity as well. They're like, because this is where like all the wealthy people and stuff like that, they want to know what you do. And you know what I mean? Because they know everybody that makes it here. You got to be doing something or know somebody or whatever the case is. So this is a really great place to network and meet people. There's a lot of stories of people meeting people or businesses happening because they met in first class lounges somewhere or something like that. So, yeah.
Get on your flight. The experience is like nothing else on earth. From the lay flat seats.
I will fly first class one day.
To the flight
I command it.
They're always smiling. If you want a full can of Coke, they're gonna give you a full can of Coke. There's none of these little mini can of Coke, right? Like everything is amazing. We literally had a 8 hour
flight. You want a full can of Coke? They're gonna give you a full can of Coke.
Easily done another 5 hours. That's how magical that experience was. And I'm aware not everyone has the budget to fly business. I've flown more economy in my life than business, but in the more recent years, my businesses have started to take off and I get to indulge in things like this. And I also use my business card, my Amex, and so I get to use points towards flights, so it's been easier than ever. I'm actually have a whole new channel where we break down flights, hotel reviews, flight reviews, credit card hacking, and how you can fly easier and make the most of your money. I gotta say, this trip was truly life-changing for me for the reasons of I didn't really know this standard of living was possible. Right? I know good standards of living were possible in Africa, but you know, the electricity, they're saying by 2024 they want to have every Rwandan with stable electricity. You know, that's not a normal thing within Africa, if I just keep it real, right? And then also the standard of living, how the economy has gone up and like the average, you know, GDP per person is over $800 now. You know, how organized the country is, how safe, how clean it is. It's just giving me so much inspiration for other nations once the leadership steps up in these places. But I just want to say thank you so much. I'm so excited to come back to Rwanda, and I got to give a big shout out to the BAL for inviting us. We had an incredible time. Big shout out to that man behind the camera, Mr. Bandana Yuri, for shooting and editing this video. And make sure you check us out on Instagram because he has a lot of cool stuff coming. Yes, he's cool with the big cameras, but he be doing some madness.
Colombia, Cartagena.
Right? And also big shout out to Ant. He helped shoot a lot of this video as well. And then shout out to Talia. She helped put together a lot of this video. Major shout out to Mr. Isaiah McNeil, who always laces these videos with the most amazing scores. Thank you
his team is crazy.
For having such an amazing country and everyone who supports us. Take care.
Oh damn, what the heck?
It's too good.
Your ain't no joke. I'm meant to do backflips, not plates.
That was it.
Oh damn!
Oh my god!
I told you that.
Why y'all do her like that?
Oh, said she was eating them up.
Wow, with the gorillas right now, as you can see.
Oh no, you bugging. No, you way too close. You are bugging. You are bugging being that close to them like that. Hell nah. All right, round of applause. Round of applause. Once again, man, another incredible video from PassportHeavy. Yeah, that music is fire too. But yeah, another incredible video from them. They do amazing work, as you guys can see, on showcasing different countries. And this Rwanda video was absolutely fire, absolutely inspiring. Because before this video, honestly, I didn't know much about Rwanda at all. I heard about the movie Hotel Rwanda, and you know, heard a little bit about the genocide, but not too much. But now, you know, seeing this and having this be such a incredible story for the country to, you know, bounce back from this tragic event and be able to create this beautiful land. It's inspiring. It's dope. It makes me want to come out and visit now. It's definitely been added to my travel list for sure. Just to experience it, like I look at this as like this is African luxury at its finest. Like if you want to experience Africa at a premium, Rwanda will probably be the country to go to. So
right,
yeah. Carmen, what did you think of Rwanda? I know this is like your first time pretty much taking eyes on it like this. So
it was beautiful. It's like opened my eyes to a whole nother side. I'm like, you know, South Africa isn't the only luxury.
Right.
Like there's many other luxuries to the continent.
Yeah.
I definitely want to tap into his other channel as well, just to like get some travel tips as well as get some more ideas as to where to touch bases in these places in the country.
Yeah.
But Rwanda is beautiful.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, fly us out.
Right. And I got you with that too. Like when it comes to like credit card churning, credit card points, and like how to fly for free and then earn free first class. Because basically, once you fly enough,
you can earn that.
Yeah, you can earn it. You don't have to spend money to go to first class. Like a lot of people that are in first class, they don't actually spend in first class. There's a lot of little
travel
hacks.
Points.
Yeah, you can get them off of travel points. Even just like certain code words, like if you're flying to like say Qatar Airways and you're flying somewhere and say that you pay for a business ticket and you can go up to the counter and just see if there's a first class seat available and then they can give it to you for a discounted price to upgrade. Or like he said he had the Amex Platinum as well too. So like just by having certain cards, you get certain privileges just by having that card, and that goes for not just flights but hotels as well too. You can go there; they'll upgrade your suite and stuff like that just by having that card, that card on hand and stuff like that. So there's a lot of ways that you can travel hack, but this is really for the people that travel a lot. And clearly, him and his team, they travel a lot, so he accrues a lot of points from doing his videos and stuff like that as well too.
Just another thing is that like I'm so like I love that women, a lot of the country, the CEOs in the country are women,
right?
And I'm interested to see what their homes look like and the price points, especially because they do have the dual citizenships.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to learning more about Rwanda.
That is a great point, actually, Carmen. So what we'll do is like next week or something like that, I'll look for some Rwandan homes to actually look for. If you guys know of any like really good videos of like some Rwandan houses and stuff like that, how people live like out there, we definitely want to tap in and see what that looks like. So please put in the comments if you guys know of any YouTube videos for us to react to and look for in that. Greatly appreciate that.
Top hill, top hill, top hill.